Hey, welcome. Come in, come in. Wait, you thought it was gonna be that easy? Unfortunately no, but I guess that's what makes things interesting. So this is my Christmas decor video 2025. I'm gonna take you along and maybe this can serve as some kind of companion for you. It all started out with gusto in October. Some cozy old world touches. Let me tell you, I had big plans. Some burgundy ribbons, some velvet, things like that, and just kind of go to town. I had visions. I really love character, old things. I had a new kitchen just waiting to be decorated for the first time. I'm just so excited to see what this kitchen can look like at Christmas time. I also still had fall home decor sitting in the corner that had never gone up. And I decided I am opting out. Yes, to opt out. I never even bothered putting up most of my fall decor because it just got away from me with the end of our kitchen construction. And before I knew it, it was already mid-October and everything was Christmatized already. I like to stop in several different stores just to get some inspiration before I actually go to town on my home. Everybody's goals for decorating for Christmas are always slightly different. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little bit of my brain and processing, but I was pretty proud of myself for how many different places I dipped in and out of over the next couple weeks. Hobby Lobby, At Home, Home Goods, Walmart, Big Lots, even Goodwill. It was honestly tough out there. A lot of glitter, a lot of plastic, and little trinkets and decorations that were fun, but they weren't really the style or the feel I was going for in my own home. And I wasn't really that disappointed that I wasn't finding much, as I did have a couple boxes of decor at home already that I could use, but I was just looking for inspiration. Would you believe it? Over the hills and through the woods and past the Amish countryside, I found it. Inspiration in Lancaster County's very own Calico Creek. It always puts me in the Christmas spirit, and it's a must stop before diving into decorating my home. Okay, so this is turning into a little bit more of a scavenger hunt than I was envisioning, but I'm having fun. And all of my running, I wanted to stop in here at Lap's Toys. They're a local toy company. I just wanted to go in and look what they have for something for my son. He's turning 4 next week.
Oh, it's like the smell of Christmas.
It's a wood shop.
The smell of Christmas.
And if you have never held or touched something from Lap's Toys, let me just tell you, this is not just a toy that will go from your big brother to little brother. These are toys that will get passed down through the generations. These toys are that durable and versatile, and your kids will play with them. This is an Amish founded and owned company. And let me tell you, the Amish were cutting edge. They were doing Montessori before we even had a name for it. I mean, just look at the marble rollers and toys and cars, and they have wooden games and little kit. Oh my goodness, their kitchen set is so darling. I don't know if I've ever seen a cuter one, and their marble tree just is so fun. And most of these toys come in colorful or neutral versions, so you can pick what you like. And everything is handmade. They have a warehouse in their basement where they store a lot of their stuff, and then upstairs is where they manufacture a lot of the toys that you see on the floor. It's just amazing how creative these craftsmen are and how durable these toys are. They're all handcrafted in Lancaster County with Baltic birchwood. Every toy is built to withstand the wear of childhood. Lap's toys are designed to inspire curiosity, spark imagination, and support children's development through meaningful play. It would mean the world to me if you would click on the link down below and check them out. I love the opportunity to work with local businesses. Their website's amazing. You can see all the things that they have to offer, but it just means a lot to me that I can promote something that is so good quality, and then also it's local. It's providing jobs for the workers, and yeah, they actually sell a lot of wholesale items as well to different businesses and stuff. So it's really cool what they're doing. Go to the link down below, lapstoys.com, and use the code FOX1025, and that's gonna get you 10% off of your order now through the end of the year. This is the perfect time because of Christmas season and Christmas shopping. Yes, I know there's a lot of little Amazon gimmicks and things we shop for online, and they come and they go. They come in our house and out of our house, and that's well and good, but I think there's something to be said for these heirloom quality generation to generation toys that, you know, will be in your life forever. So check them out. And if you're lucky enough to be a local, say hi to John for me, tell him that I sent you, and you can mention the code there. They should be able to honor it for you in store, 10% off. But yeah, what an awesome partnership, guys. So perfect. Okay, the Christmas socks are on. We have the Christmas mug out with the iced coffee in it, always. And the Christmas tunes are playing. And after all that hunting and gathering, we're finally collecting everything here on the table, unpackaging it. We're gonna make it a whole family affair. Kids are out from school early today and tomorrow, so we're gonna just make it a family thing. They're all excited to unpackage and remember everything they had from last year. I did buy a few new things, which we'll get into. But I'm posting this a little later than a lot of YouTubers because I thought we could decorate together. You're probably actually decorating this week, and so we can do it together. It's perfect. Honestly, girls, this video did not go as I expected. We started out strong. It was so fun. The Christmas tunes were playing. The kids had so much fun decorating this tree. We had never had a fake one before. We'd always done a real one. But this year, with having our living room torn up over Christmas time, we decided just to focus on the dining room and put a fake tree in here this year. And then maybe next year we can go back to the real tree and maybe have a Christmas tree in the dining room and the living room. But I was feeling a little less excited about that plan as this week went on, as you'll see. So as I said, we were decorating. It was fun. The kids just enjoyed it to the fullest. It was a blast, honestly. 10 out of 10 on the vibes and the joy from the children. I was having a great time. But as we went, I started to realize how much time everything was going to take. And it started just feeling like I was putting clutter everywhere. I'm not the type that just likes to tape things to walls or have little figurines sitting around. I like more of a shelf to style, and that's where it's gonna get filled. And I don't know, I was just definitely not enjoying myself as the days went on because every day we kept decorating. I had 4 boxes of decor, which is actually not a crazy amount when you think about, you know, the square footage of our home and stuff, but I started asking myself as I was going, why? Like, what would I be putting up if it was just for my little family? And the answer was kind of shocking, honestly. And I hope that what I've learned can help you in maybe minimizing your Christmas a little, making time for the most important parts, and then just forgetting the rest, because there is so much we can take part in at Christmas time. And sometimes it's just good to say a good old fashioned no, or we opt out. So I will give you a nice conclusion tied up with a bow at the end of this video and also show you the final results, so stick around. But before that, I want to show you a few DIYs that we did over the last couple weeks that I think are great, and you guys could definitely include them in your Christmas traditions. One recipe I like to make every winter is applesauce, cinnamon, ornaments. They smell so good. Christmas trees are a little controversial among Mennonites, so we made these ornaments a lot, but we would hang them on wreaths or with centerpieces, and just they made the house smell so good. Whenever I make this recipe, it's just so nostalgic for me, and it's a lot of fun. Me and my daughter made them together using cookie cutters. You have a little glue in there to bind everything together, and then you can use a straw to poke a hole in, and then you can string them together or tie them with little bits of ribbon and have ornaments. But honestly, this is the quintessential smell of Christmas for me. I also always dehydrate oranges either in my oven or the dehydrator, and this year I wanted to try using my freeze dryer, and I have to say I was not impressed. I will not be doing this again. It did dehydrate. It took a while. It left little crystals on them, and they're very bright orange, which I know some people like that. I wanted kind of the more muted tone, which you can see here from last year. The dehydrated ones definitely have a nice tarnish to them compared to the freeze-dried ones. So I would not recommend your freeze dryer for ornamental oranges at Christmas time. And they did get kind of spongy too as they sat and collected moisture from the air. So I'm not even sure if I can store these away for next year. We'll see. Let me know if you've done this and if that's possible. My daughter had so much fun making a little Christmas village, which I think is definitely something I'm going to keep my eyes out for when it comes to thrifting for Christmas things. I think a little village is not my aesthetic, but kids just love this little tree area that she made, and so I think that's something that would be worth looking into and diving deeper on. We also had to get out our manger scenes. We have 3 of them now because they're all partially broken. This year I got the new one from Lap's Toys, so that one should never break. It's very sturdy, but it's also a lot more minimalistic and takes a little bit more imagination than maybe some of the other ones, but the kids play with them all the time and it just warms my heart. I love to hear my 4-year-old telling the story to the baby. It's just so cute. Another DIY I tried, which I think it turned out really nicely, is this big white wall in my kitchen. It's just the bane of my existence. Let me know, what do you think I should do with it most of the year, not just at Christmas time? I was trying to convince Josh to put window pane molding on it to match the dining room, but he didn't really want to do that. And I thought maybe I'll do a gallery wall, but I couldn't commit, I wasn't sure. And so I thought Christmas time would be the perfect chance to experiment. And so I have all these random different framed pieces of art. Actually, I'll link them. A lot of them are from Amazon, and I thought it turned out so good. I laid them out on my kitchen counter to make sure that they kind of looked okay. And then I used command strips just to hang them to the wall, so they're very removable, and I can take them down at the end of the season. And now this way I get to test out if I like to have kind of a busy gallery wall, or if I want something a little more simple for the rest of the year.
So bring him incense, gold, and myrrh. Come, peasant king, to own him. The King of Kings salvation brings. Let loving hearts enthrone him. Raise a song on high. The Virgin sings her lullaby. Joy, for Christ is born, the babe, the Son of Mary. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary. The babe, the Son of
Another meaningful piece to our holiday decor is not really screaming holiday, but we always get our family pictures taken in the fall, and then I get them printed near Christmas time and put them in our IKEA frames up on our mantle. And this year was no exception. It's always so fun to see their little faces a year older, and every time I take the backs off the frames, I can see family photos from years gone by, and I'm just reminded how fleeting each Christmas really is. You know, everyone is totally different because the kids are completely different ages. I have always made a dramatic, beautiful magnolia garland for this mantle. It's always so pretty, and I saved it for the last couple years, and this year it was just not salvageable, and I just was done. At least currently right now, I do not feel like I'm going to take the time to go collect all the magnolia branches and spend 5 to 6 hours spread out over several days, of course, stringing together another garland. But boy, it was so pretty. I might keep looking. I don't want to spend a lot more money, but I might see what I can find when Christmas is over that looks like real garland but is not, because I just love that magnolia garland, and I just don't know if it's going to be in the cards for us in the next couple years. Life has gotten so busy, and 6 hours is really hard to justify, even though it's so pretty and smells amazing. You know, it does not take a lot to get in the Christmas mood. We tried a new way for us of making bows using pencils, or you could use chopsticks, taping them to your table a couple inches apart and then wrapping them like so to make perfectly uniform puffy bows. And then you can use the bows on your Christmas tree or in garlands, or I learned this trick a couple years ago. You can turn anything into Christmas decor just by adding a bow. So add a bow to your lamp, Christmas lamp. Add a bow to a bowl, Christmas bowl. Add a bow to a candlestick. Suddenly you have a Christmas candlestick. It's really that easy, and I love the dark red. I planned to lean into the dark red for fall and Christmas time, and then I'm gonna switch to a whole new color palette in the spring in a very easy and hopefully minimal way, so you have to come back for that in the spring. I also found these bells that I thought had really tacky decor on them, so I took that off and added bows and added that to a wreath. Now, Josh needs to know how much I love him, because I really, really wanted to put the wreath on the door going into the laundry. It would just look so beautiful, guys, right? But he already thinks this corner is kind of cramped, and when he comes through, he did not want his shoulders scraping the wreath. And so I decided just to consider his rare opinion. He often doesn't have opinions about decor, but that was one of his opinions. So I just put it in the hallway above this antique bench that I thrifted, and I really like the results. I did not feel like decorating our staircase this year, but I had the garland and I felt like I should. And so I did. It was late one evening and I was just not enjoying it. And I thought, what am I doing? What am I doing? I should only be decorating if it's fun, because it's not necessary. There's so many other things I could be doing. And the kids don't care particularly that much about the staircase. But I do know we'll be hosting some over Christmas season. And so this is the first thing our guests will see as they walk in. So I think it'll be worth it. It was a little last minute thing that I was not really in the mood for. And these paper stars are a pain in the butt to hang, but the kids love them, and so I had to make sure this happened. They look so pretty at night with the twinkly lights. You can find different versions of this on Amazon, and they surprisingly last from year to year because they fold up. Whenever you put something up, you have to remember that at some point you have to pack it away again. So here I was detangling and going through my everyday / fall decor and making sure it was organized for when I needed to pull it out again. I just wanted to know what I had and where it was. But my point in this video is absolutely not to put down anyone who absolutely gets a thrill out of decorating every single square inch of their home, decking the halls. My point is not that you need to be more minimal. My point is to use your energy for the things that mean the most to you and to your family. And if you don't quite recognize yourself one year, like, who is this? You know, there were years where I just loved putting so much out, and this year I just found I was not necessarily feeling it, and that is totally okay. Life, you know, comes and goes. There's seasons, and so I know we're taking a lot in, especially this time of year. We see how everybody else is enjoying the season and what they're doing and how much fun they're having doing it, but just remember that you're not them, and not everything is gonna be worth it to you, and that's totally okay. I think sometimes we put things on our to-do lists that were never meant to be there. And it's like I like to tell my kids, sometimes too much of a good thing is not a good thing. You know, priorities, guys. That's really what it comes down to. And your priorities are not anyone else's. You have to decide that for you and for your family. So I would say I've already learned a lot this Christmas season, and it's not even Thanksgiving yet. I don't know if this is me getting older and more mature, let's hope. What I want to give my family at Christmas time is not a hurried, rushed mom who always has 5 projects sitting there half finished, who spends lots of time doing things that maybe nobody else even notices or cares about. This Christmas season, I want to have time to just snuggle up by the fire, to take my cooking and baking at a slower pace, listen to Christmas carols, and just enjoy the process. I want to put on 4 different Christmas outfits before heading out the door to a holiday party, just because I can, and it's a special time of year, and why not? So I am not aware of each of your particular situations this holiday season. Christmas time has a way of amplifying pain and joy, and so I hope you're able to hold both of those in the same hand, because for many of us that is required this Christmas season. Thinking of you that have lost loved ones or going through a particularly rough patch, and also thinking of those of you who are maybe realizing afresh and anew what a beautiful life you've created with your family, and what a beautiful time of year this is, and how it truly is a wonderful life.